The APT, or All Purpose Terrestrial, is a fly that does really well on many of the sort of upland rivers. However, it shouldn't be discounted for your big freestone rivers either. Trout will eat anything, especially trout that are tucked away in a specific area and they're quite happy feeding. And quite often, this fly is the one that will fool them. And I use it quite a lot. Anything where there's trees, fields, bit of wind, works really well on little secluded spots as well. If you've seen Paul's videos with Full and Mill, you'll know what I mean. So this is a grab gate pupa. This one's a 14, can tie in a 16. Easy fly to tie, so tying medium's black tying thread. Getting a bed of tying thread. I like the stronger hook. You can use lighter hooks. I like the way this beds into the water. The other thing I like about it is you quite often catch big fish and it works really well for big fish. So you can rib it. I like this stuff. It's an orange, like an orange tinsel, pearl tinsel, small. You can use pearl as well. I like this one. So I catch him in and I just put the bobbin out the way. Catch that in, work my thread down. This is just a little play on the fly, but one that I like in mine's. I also use just straight mylar, no pearl in it, nothing. So coming down to the hook shank, I want a black. No! I'm trying to do all this. Right, so I want a black fine dubbin. Any black fine dubbin's got to do. You can use seals fur. Problem is once you're dealing with big trout, their teeth, it kind of pulls it out after a wee while. Super tight, super fine stuff won't. So I'm gonna get a bed of dubbin on there, and I'm gonna work thin and then fatten it a little bit, just at the bum. So about here, I'm gonna start fattening it. So I come over myself. I think Paul's is just a straight body. I like that little bump, a bit like an ant. But yeah, just look at the boys catalogue a big fish, and you'll just see a lot of them he catches with this. So about in line with the hook there, this has got to be my CDC tying in point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a whip finish in here and then bring my rib up. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to tie it back in, you'll see what I mean shortly. So keep this quite tight, not too tight because it's fragile stuff. What I like to do is get a little bit of super glue on it. It's fragile stuff, so it makes a bit of a difference. So winding up, open turns, and then in a bit here I'm going to start tying off. Whip finish, have to be very careful with this stuff, very delicate. There you go. And then back in with your black tying thread, over your tying off point with the tinsel. And then I'm going to get in a fair bit of CDC here. So I'm going to marry the tips up in my table with some lovely long feathers. God, it's got lucky there. Lucky dip in this bag. But so I'm just going to marry these up by the tips. And I want probably covering the back of the body. So I'm going to tie a couple of loose wraps and I'm going to pull till I'm happy. what I don't want to do is bring my thread towards the eye. That's about right there. A tiny touch. And then really tough bedding in wraps. I reckon I can get another feather on there. Pinch and loop. Yeah, secure them. So you're going to cut this at a taper. Like so. And then over where your thread wraps. Anything that's not sitting quite right, if you trim them, and then just come in with your scissors at an angle, like so. And then I've got a grizzle cape, genetic cape, and I want quite a decent feather on this. Not too big. Good guess. Tie that in. I want to give myself a little bit of space at the front because I'm going to get a few turns of this stuff. And then secure. Because it's a genetic, I should be okay just with my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm probably got to get 5 or 6 wraps here. 5, and then I'll secure it up on the 6th. In with your scissors, snip him off. Now with a lot of olive patterns, you'll come in and you'll snip that underneath. I quite like the fact that it's there. It just sort of beds in. You come in at an angle and create a little V. I'm going to leave that. So my final little piece is Peacock Curl PhD. I think the original was some kind of glister. I really like this stuff. And you want quite a pronounced head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start for the eye, come back, and then come back through with my thread. You'll see what I mean. So take your hackle out of the way. Pronounced area. Back onto your hackle. And then use your thread to come through and secure everything. Pull back. And you can finish the fly off there. Like so. And that's my particular APT. I've got a smaller size here as well. It's one size smaller. There you go. I really hope you enjoyed that, folks. APT, a great fly in any river, but mostly upland rivers. However, I've caught everywhere with it. It just seems to grab the trout's attention. So I really hope you enjoyed that. If you did, like I say, please be kind enough to subscribe to the channel. Any help's massively appreciated. If you want to know anything about the fly, stick some comments in under the video and any other videos there that you see. And if there's any fly that you'd like to see tied, just give me a shout in the comments. Take care, folks. Bye bye.